Online presence, social media and LinkedIn. Say, for example, if I want to apply to a company and there's a Mark Dsouza there, would they be checking my personal social media?
Actually, we do.
Okay.
Actually, when I shortlist a person, I actually try and see who the person is online.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important. Two, it's a trick which can go one way or the other. If you know who's the interviewer,
Mm-hmm.
try and connect with him. What's the harm in that?
Right.
You just want to have a top of the mind recall.
Mm-hmm.
Why I'm saying it's a touch and go, because there are some people who would feel, why is he getting in touch with me? Whereas some will say, yeah, it's fine, let him get in touch with me, I get to know more about him. There's no harm, but it's not, there's no right or wrong.
Right.
It's a call or risk you take. So having that presence online, being top of the mind, either on social media or whatever, it's important because people like me do check you out.
With that being said, imagine there's something mentioned on the social media which has nothing to do with the company, but it's a person's personal preference, or they make certain kind of statements. Do you think that would
If they are religious based, I would be uncomfortable, because that is personally, I believe that religion should be kept out of all of this. It's a personal choice. If you've made a personal preference about your lifestyle, that's your choice. I have nothing to do with that, because no company, today we are talking about diversity and inclusion. I'm not worried about those aspects. But anything that can malign the company, for example, if it was my company, then yes, I would be uncomfortable, because I don't know how this can get about. For example, let us say you make statements about certain countries and you need to travel to that country. You know, today it's all monitored when you go for visa. So I am a little worried that, there could be a restriction. So to that extent, I would be uncomfortable.
The reason I bring this up is because the youth is very strong
Vocal.
about their opinions.
Very
They're
vocal.
very vocal, yes. They believe in many things. And again, it's their choice to do so. But they also should know that everything has its consequences.
Everything has consequences. See, today's youth, for example, if you look at as an interviewee, they're very forthright. They want to know, do you have work from home? How often do I have to come to office? What's my salary? Because that's the way they've been brought up. They are very demanding about things. They even judge companies based on how they got in touch with them, how they connected with them, what's the feedback they give, and they write about it. So if you look at LinkedIn, you'll see how bad they didn't respond to me. They actually are very vocal. Now, nothing wrong in that, because that's a company. But when you start talking about religion, politics, then it gets a little out of hand. So you need to be careful. For example, some of them come dressed differently. So basically, they need to be dressed for the job. You can't come dressed in torn jeans for an interview that is marketing, because you need to represent the company at different levels. You have different business partners to meet, so you need to be dressed for the job. You can't come with long hair that is unruly and, looking shabby, ruffled. You need to present yourself. You need to be dressed appropriately for the job. For example, if it's a creative job, then it's in the mind of people that, you come in jeans, this is the way you dress because you work from home. That's acceptable. Dress for the